Africa, a continent sculpted by the relentless forces of nature, is a land of contrasts and wonders. Its vast deserts stretch endlessly beneath the sun, rivers carve deep channels through ancient rock, and savannas teem with a tapestry of life. Yet, hidden from the gaze of the world, beneath the shimmering surface of the sea, lies a marvel that rivals all others in its complexity and beauty. Along Africa's northeastern edge, where arid land meets the endless blue, the Red Sea emerges as the continent's only true marine wonder. This narrow, elongated body of water is a natural boundary, separating Africa from the Arabian Peninsula, and it harbors one of the most extraordinary underwater ecosystems on Earth. The Red Sea Reef system unfurls for nearly 2,000 kilometers, a living ribbon of color and life that traces the coastline from the Gulf of Suez in the north to the southern reaches near Eritrea and Sudan. Beneath the waves, a labyrinth of coral structures forms a vibrant metropolis, teeming with creatures of every shape and hue. The waters here are renowned for their exceptional clarity. Sunlight, unimpeded by sediment or runoff, pierces the depths to an astonishing 130 feet, illuminating the underwater world in a dazzling display of light and shadow. This clarity is not merely a visual spectacle, it is the very foundation of life in the reef. Within the coral's stony embrace, countless microscopic algae, known as zooxanthellae, thrive. These symbiotic partners harness the sun's energy through photosynthesis, providing nourishment to their coral hosts and, in turn, receiving shelter and vital nutrients. This partnership paints the reef in a kaleidoscope of colors. Fiery reds, electric blues, and radiant golds shimmer across the coral landscape. The story of the Red Sea Reef is written in stone and time. Millions of years ago, immense geological forces began to reshape the land. The slow, inexorable movement of tectonic plates, the African and Arabian, tore the earth apart, creating a deep rift valley that would one day cradle the Red Sea. The separation of these colossal plates was a process of unimaginable scale and power. As the plates drifted apart, magma welled up from the mantle, forming new crust and deepening the rift. Over eons, the valley widened and subsided, its floor sinking lower and lower. Eventually, the waters of the Indian Ocean surged in, flooding the rift and giving birth to the Red Sea. This dramatic geological event created a semi-enclosed basin, isolated from the open ocean by narrow straits and bordered by stark, arid landscapes. The Red Sea's unique geography, long, narrow, and bordered by desert, has shaped its environment in profound ways. Its isolation has fostered the evolution of a distinct marine world, cut off from the influences of neighboring seas. The basin itself is a corridor of deep blue, plunging to depths of over 2,000 meters in places. Along its margins, coral reefs flourish, forming intricate networks of limestone structures that provide shelter and sustenance for a dazzling array of marine life. The Red Sea is unlike any other tropical sea. Its waters are warmer and saltier, especially in the southern reaches where evaporation outpaces the inflow of fresh water. Temperatures can soar above 30 degrees Celsius, and salinity levels are among the highest of any oceanic body. These extreme conditions have forged a crucible of adaptation. Only the hardiest corals and most resilient fish can survive here, and over millennia, life has evolved remarkable strategies to thrive in this challenging environment. The result is a living laboratory of evolution. Species that entered the Red Sea found themselves isolated, forced to adapt or perish. Over countless generations, this isolation has given rise to an astonishing degree of endemism, unique forms of life found nowhere else on the planet. Of the more than 1,200 species of reef fish that inhabit these waters, nearly 10% are found only here. Their colors, shapes, and behaviors are a testament to the creative power of evolution in a world apart. The Red Sea's isolation and unique environmental pressures have sculpted a community of life that is both precious and irreplaceable, a natural heritage of global significance. The formation of the reef itself is a marvel of patience and persistence. tiny coral polyps, no larger than a grain of rice, labor ceaselessly, extracting calcium carbonate from the seawater to build their stony homes. Generation after generation, these polyps build upon the skeletons of their ancestors, constructing vast limestone cities that rise from the seafloor. Over centuries, these structures grow into sprawling reefs, their surfaces alive with color and movement. The reef is a sanctuary, offering shelter, food, and breeding grounds for an astonishing diversity of creatures. From the tiniest invertebrates that scuttle among the coral branches to the great predators that patrol the outer edges, every niche is filled. Here, life is interconnected in a delicate balance. Predators and prey, builders and grazers, all play their part in maintaining the health and vitality of the reef. Each species, no matter how small, is a vital thread in the intricate web of life. The Red Sea Reef is a world of breathtaking beauty and scientific wonder, a living testament to the power of geological forces and the resilience of life. It stands as a jewel beneath the waves, a marvel of nature's artistry, and a sanctuary for some of the most unique and vibrant life forms on our planet. Deep beneath the surface of the Red Sea, a world of intricate beauty and astonishing resilience unfolds. Here, the coral reefs, nature's master architects, construct vast underwater cities, their foundations laid by countless generations of tiny coral polyps. These polyps, each no larger than a grain of rice, work together to build massive limestone structures that can stretch for miles, providing shelter and sustenance for an extraordinary array of marine life. In a time when coral reefs across the globe are succumbing to the relentless pressures of rising ocean temperatures, the corals of the Red Sea stand apart. Unlike their counterparts in other oceans, which often bleach and perish when exposed to even slight increases in temperature, these corals have evolved to endure extreme heat. They can survive in waters reaching up to 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit, a threshold that would prove fatal to most other coral species. This remarkable tolerance is not a recent development, but the result of a long evolutionary journey. The Red Sea's corals possess a genetic legacy shaped by millennia of environmental challenges, allowing them to persist where others cannot. Their resilience is rooted in ancient history. During the last ice age, sea levels dropped dramatically, nearly isolating the Red Sea from the vast Indian Ocean. The only remaining connection was a narrow, shallow passage at the southern end, known as the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. This strait acted as a formidable barrier, a natural filter that allowed only the hardiest coral larvae to pass through. The waters here were not only superheated by the sun, but also highly saline, creating an environment where only the most robust organisms could survive. As coral larvae drifted with the currents, only those with exceptional heat and salt tolerance could navigate this gauntlet and reach the northern stretches of the Red Sea. The survivors of this journey established new colonies, passing on their unique genetic traits to future generations. Over time, these traits became deeply embedded in the population, endowing the Red Sea's corals with an unparalleled ability to withstand environmental extremes. The coral colonies that now flourish in the northern Red Sea are living testaments to this legacy. Each polyp carries within it the genetic memory of ancestors that overcame extraordinary odds, making these reefs among the most resilient on Earth. The architecture of these reefs is a marvel of natural engineering. Coral polyps secrete calcium carbonate, gradually building complex structures that provide shelter for countless marine species. These formations create a labyrinth of nooks and crannies, offering protection and breeding grounds for fish, crustaceans, and invertebrates. Over centuries, these coral cities grow and change, their forms shaped by the relentless forces of waves, currents, and the activities of the creatures that call them home. The result is a dynamic ecosystem, constantly evolving yet remarkably stable in the face of adversity. The ancestors of today's Red Sea corals were pre-adapted to survive in conditions that now threaten reefs worldwide. Their evolutionary journey has equipped them with a suite of biological tools that allow them to flourish where others falter. At the microscopic level, coral polyps form intricate colonies, each individual contributing to the strength and vitality of the whole. Their tissues are home to symbiotic algae known as zooxanthellae, which play a crucial role in the coral's survival. These algae are not ordinary. They are specially adapted to withstand high temperatures, continuing to perform photosynthesis and supply the coral with essential nutrients even as the surrounding waters grow warmer. This partnership is the cornerstone of the reef's resilience, enabling it to support a dazzling diversity of life. The coral reefs of the Red Sea are bustling metropolises teeming with life. Fish of every shape and colour dart among the branches, while invertebrates scuttle across the reef's surface. Each species plays a role in maintaining the delicate balance of this ecosystem, from the tiniest plankton to the largest predator. These reefs are not merely beautiful, they are living libraries of survival, repositories of genetic information that may hold the key to the future of coral ecosystems everywhere. Their continued existence is a testament to the power of adaptation and the enduring strength of nature's resilient architects. In the dazzling underwater world of the Red Sea, few creatures captured the imagination quite like the Red Sea clownfish. This small, charismatic fish is not only a visual delight, but also a living testament to the intricate and vital relationships that sustain life beneath the waves. Instantly recognizable by its radiant orange-yellow body, boldly marked with two crisp white vertical stripes, the Red Sea clownfish stands out against the vibrant tapestry of the coral reef. Despite its modest size, rarely exceeding 5.5 inches, this fish is a marvel of evolutionary adaptation, perfectly suited to its unique ecological niche. The clownfish spends its entire life in a remarkable and intimate partnership with a sea anemone. The anemone's tentacles, armed with potent stinging cells, are deadly to most fish. Yet for the clownfish, these tentacles are both sanctuary and home. The secret to this alliance lies in a special layer of mucus coating the clownfish's skin. This mucus, unique in its chemical composition, prevents the anemone from recognizing the clownfish as prey. Instead, the anemone accepts the fish as part of itself, allowing the clownfish to move freely among its stinging arms, unharmed. This extraordinary relationship is a textbook example of symbiosis, a close long-term interaction between two different species where both benefit. In this case, the clownfish and the anemone are so closely intertwined that their survival and well-being are deeply connected. For the clownfish, the anemone's tentacles form an impenetrable fortress. Predators that roam the reef, searching for an easy meal, are deterred by the anemone's venomous embrace. The clownfish, safe within this living shield, can rest, feed, and breed with little fear of attack. Agile and alert, the clownfish darts in and out of the anemone's swaying tentacles, its movements a blur of color and energy. This agility, combined with the anemone's protection, makes the clownfish nearly untouchable in its domain. But the clownfish is not merely a passive guest. In exchange for shelter, it provides essential services to its host, ensuring the anemone's health and vitality. Acting as a meticulous housekeeper, the clownfish nibbles away at parasites and leftover food that might otherwise harm the anemone. This cleaning behavior reduces the risk of infection and disease, directly benefiting the anemone's well-being. The clownfish's constant lively swimming stirs the water around the anemone's tentacles. This movement increases water circulation, bringing in fresh oxygen and carrying away waste products, which is crucial for the anemone's respiration and overall health. The clownfish is also a vigilant guardian. When potential threats approach, it boldly confronts and chases away much larger fish that might prey on the anemone. This fierce defense helps protect the anemone from harm, ensuring the survival of both partners. The social structure of the Red Sea clownfish adds another layer of complexity to this symbiotic dance. A single anemone often hosts a small group of clownfish, each with a specific role within the group. At the top is the dominant female, the largest and most powerful member of the group. She is the sole breeder, ensuring the continuation of the lineage. The next largest is the breeding male, her mate. The remaining members are smaller, non-breeding males, each waiting for their chance to ascend the social hierarchy. In a remarkable twist of nature, all clownfish are born male. This unique reproductive strategy allows for extraordinary flexibility within the group. If the dominant female dies, the breeding male undergoes a dramatic transformation, changing sex to become the new female. The largest of the non-breeding males then matures into the new breeding male, ensuring the group's continuity. This dynamic system guarantees that the group remains stable and productive, a testament to the adaptability and resilience of life on the reef. The clownfish and its anemone are not isolated actors, but vital threads in the complex tapestry of the reef ecosystem. Their partnership influences the distribution of other species, the flow of nutrients, and the overall health of the coral community. Through their symbiosis, they demonstrate how cooperation and interdependence can drive evolutionary innovation, creating relationships that are both beautiful and essential for survival. The Red Sea clownfish, with its vivid colors and complex life, is far more than a decorative inhabitant of the reef. It is a living symbol of the delicate balance, intricate relationships, and extraordinary evolutionary pathways that define the Red Sea's underwater world, a small but indispensable player in the grand, interconnected drama of the ocean. Beyond the vibrant coral gardens in the tranquil, sun-dappled shallows of the Red Sea dwell some of the most gentle and elusive inhabitants of this marine realm. Here the water is warm and clear, the seafloor blanketed by lush meadows of seagrass, and the rhythm of life is dictated by the tides and the gentle sway of the currents. The dugong, a large, shy, and slow-moving marine mammal, glides gracefully through these waters. With a streamlined body, paddle-like flippers, and a distinctive downturned snout, the dugong is perfectly adapted for a life spent grazing on the ocean floor. Often referred to as the sea cow, the dugong spends the majority of its day foraging. Using its sensitive, bristled snout, it uproots and consumes vast quantities of seagrass, leaving behind telltale feeding trails in the soft sediment. This gentle herbivore is highly selective, favoring certain species of seagrass that are rich in nutrients and easy to digest. The seagrass meadows are the dugong's lifeline, providing both food and shelter. These underwater pastures are as essential to the dugong as the open plains are to the elephant, supporting not only the dugong, but a myriad of other marine creatures that depend on this habitat for survival. The Red Sea, with its unique combination of warm temperatures, high salinity, and extensive seagrass beds, serves as a vital sanctuary for the dugong. This region is believed to harbour the last significant population of dugongs in the western Indian Ocean, making it a stronghold for the species. Dugongs are typically solitary, though small groups may occasionally be seen grazing together in areas of abundant seagrass. Their social interactions are subtle, communicated through gentle touches and low-frequency sounds that travel great distances underwater. With only a few hundred individuals remaining in these waters, each dugong is a precious link in the delicate chain of life. Sharing these ancient seas is another remarkable creature, the hawksbill turtle. This reptile, with its beautifully patterned shell and narrow, pointed beak, is a master navigator of the coral labyrinths. The hawksbill turtle is a true relic of the oceans, its lineage stretching back millions of years. Females return to the very beaches where they were born to lay their eggs, guided by an innate sense of direction that remains one of nature's great mysteries. The global population of adult nesting females is perilously low, making each individual vital to the species' future. Within the Red Sea, the hawksbill turtle finds a relative haven. The region's healthy reefs and secluded beaches provide essential nesting and foraging grounds, supporting a population that is more robust here than in many other parts of the world. The Farasan Islands, scattered off the coast, are a critical nesting site. Here, the beaches are dotted with the tracks of nesting females, and the sands conceal hundreds of nests each season, a testament to the resilience and persistence of the species. Nesting in this environment is a formidable challenge. The sand can reach scorching temperatures, yet the hawksbill turtle has evolved ingenious strategies to ensure the survival of its young. Females dig deep nests, often under the cover of darkness, to shield their eggs from the relentless heat. Among the clutch of eggs, some are yolkless and non-viable. These serve a vital purpose, acting as reservoirs of moisture that help maintain the humidity within the nest, giving the developing hatchlings a better chance of survival in the arid conditions. The hawksbill turtle is more than just a resident of the reef. It is a keystone species, shaping the very structure and health of its environment. Its presence is a sign of a thriving ecosystem. With its sharp hawk-like beak, the turtle feeds primarily on sponges, delicately extracting them from the crevices of the coral. This specialized diet allows it to access food sources unavailable to most other reef inhabitants. By consuming sponges, the hawksbill turtle prevents these fast-growing organisms from outcompeting and smothering the slow-growing corals. This selective grazing maintains the balance of the reef, ensuring that corals have space to grow and flourish. The turtle's feeding habits create open patches on the reef, where coral larvae can settle and establish new colonies. This process is essential for the regeneration and long-term resilience of the coral ecosystem. The presence of the hawksbill turtle is a hallmark of a healthy, balanced reef. Its role as a guardian of the coral ensures the continued diversity and complexity of this underwater world, supporting countless species that depend on the reef for survival. Yet, both the dugong and the hawksbill turtle face a multitude of natural challenges. Predators, shifting currents, and the ever-changing environment test their resilience at every turn. The dugong must constantly search for fresh seagrass meadows, while the turtle's hatchlings must brave a perilous journey from nest to sea, evading numerous threats along the way. The seagrass meadows that sustain the dugong are delicate, vulnerable to changes in water quality and temperature. Similarly, the sandy beaches where turtles nest are shaped by tides and storms, sometimes eroding away and making nesting more difficult. The intricate lives of the dugong and the hawksbill turtle are woven into the very fabric of the Red Sea. Their behaviors, migrations, and interactions with their habitats sustain the balance of this extraordinary ecosystem, ensuring that the wonders of the reef endure for generations of marine life to come. Section 5. The Silent Hunters, Grey Reef and Tiger Sharks. In the intricate tapestry of the Red Sea's coral reefs, two shark species reign supreme, each playing a unique and irreplaceable role in maintaining the health and balance of this vibrant underwater world. Patrolling the labyrinthine edges of the coral metropolis are the reef's essential predators, sharks whose presence is vital for the ecosystem's stability. Their constant movement along the reef's boundaries acts as a living barrier, keeping populations of other marine creatures in check and ensuring that no single species overwhelms the delicate balance of life. Among the most prevalent and influential is the grey reef shark, a formidable mesopredator whose streamlined body and keen senses make it perfectly adapted to life among the corals. These sharks are instantly recognizable by their robust build, rounded snout, and the distinctive white-tipped dorsal fin that slices through the water with silent authority. Grey reef sharks are masters of efficiency, often seen gliding effortlessly along steep reef walls and dramatic underwater drop-offs. Their hydrodynamic bodies allow them to maneuver with precision, weaving through narrow crevices and darting between coral heads in search of prey or patrolling their territory. These sharks are experts at harnessing the power of the ocean itself. By riding the ever-present currents, they conserve precious energy, drifting almost motionless as they scan their surroundings with acute vision and an extraordinary sense of smell. This energy-saving strategy allows them to cover vast stretches of reef with minimal effort, always alert for the faintest sign of movement. When the moment is right, the grey reef shark transforms from a languid drifter to a lightning-fast predator. With a sudden burst of speed, it ambushes unsuspecting fish and cephalopods, using its powerful jaws and razor-sharp teeth to capture prey with lethal precision. Their hunting tactics are both calculated and opportunistic, making them one of the most effective hunters on the reef. The presence of grey reef sharks is a cornerstone of reef health. By preying on the weak, sick, or overly abundant, they prevent any single species from dominating, which could otherwise lead to the collapse of the intricate food web. Their role as regulators ensures that the coral community remains diverse, vibrant, and resilient to change. Towering above even the grey reef shark in the food chain is the tiger shark, the undisputed apex predator of the Red Sea. With its massive, muscular frame and striking vertical stripes, the tiger shark commands respect and awe wherever it roams. The tiger shark is a solitary and powerful hunter, tracing its lineage back over 60 million years. Its evolutionary success is evident in its adaptability, intelligence, and sheer physical prowess. Unlike many other sharks, the tiger shark is known for its solitary nature, patrolling vast expanses of open water in search of food. Renowned for its opportunistic feeding habits, the tiger shark has one of the most varied diets in the ocean. It consumes a staggering array of prey, from fish and squid to seabirds, rays, and even other sharks. This adaptability has earned it the nickname the wastebasket of the sea, as it will eat almost anything it encounters. Tiger sharks are among the few predators capable of preying on large, armored animals such as sea turtles and dugongs. Their powerful jaws can crush bone and shell alike, and their digestive systems are robust enough to process even the toughest materials. They are also known to scavenge, consuming carcasses and organic debris that would otherwise accumulate on the reef. This scavenging behavior is crucial for the ecosystem. By removing dead or dying animals, tiger sharks help prevent the spread of disease and recycle nutrients back into the food web. Their role as both predator and cleaner makes them indispensable to the health of the reef. Despite their fearsome reputation, tiger sharks are creatures of remarkable grace and power. Their movements are fluid and controlled, a testament to millions of years of evolutionary refinement. Every aspect of their anatomy, from their broad heads to their flexible tails, is designed for maximum efficiency in the hunt. Tiger sharks are true nomads of the sea, capable of traveling hundreds, even thousands of miles across open ocean. Yet, they often return to familiar feeding grounds, drawn by the abundance of prey and the safety of the reef's complex structure. This migratory behavior helps connect distant parts of the ocean, spreading nutrients and maintaining genetic diversity among marine populations. While their size and power are legendary, tiger sharks are elusive and rarely seen, even by those who spend their lives studying the sea. Their natural wariness and solitary habits keep them hidden from view, making every sighting a rare and remarkable event. Both grey reef and tiger sharks are not mindless predators, but essential architects of a thriving marine ecosystem. Their presence is a sign of a healthy, balanced food web, one that can support the full spectrum of life, from the tiniest plankton to the largest predators. Together, these sharks shape the destiny of the reef. The agile grey reef shark and the majestic tiger shark are not villains, but vital custodians, each fulfilling a role that no other creature can replicate. They embody the wild, untamed spirit of the ocean, symbols of its power, mystery, and resilience. Their very existence is a testament to the enduring strength of nature's design. Through their predatory behavior, these sharks ensure that only the fittest survive, weeding out the weak and maintaining a delicate equilibrium that has been perfected over millions of years. This natural selection strengthens the entire ecosystem, making it more resilient to change and disturbance. To protect the grey reef and tiger sharks is to safeguard the future of the Red Sea's coral reefs. Without these magnificent hunters, the vibrant city of coral would inevitably fall into imbalance and decline, its beauty and diversity lost to time. In the silent, watchful presence of these sharks, the reef finds its greatest guardians. While the Red Sea teems with aquatic drama far inland, the golden grasslands of the Maasai Mara are the stage for a different kind of epic, one that unfolds beneath the vast African sky, where lions reign as both hunters and guardians. Africa's savannas host their own epic struggles for survival, none more iconic than those involving lions. Here, every day is a test of strength, strategy, and unity. The life of a lion is one of constant challenge, defined by the relentless need to hunt, to protect family, and to defend territory. Each pride is a complex social unit, led by a coalition of dominant males and composed of related females and their cubs. A pride's domain is its kingdom, a precious resource providing access to water, prey, and safe places to raise cubs. The pride's core is the group of lionesses, sisters and cousins, who have spent their entire lives together, forging bonds that are vital for survival. The resident males, often brothers in a powerful coalition, bear the primary responsibility of patrolling the boundaries and repelling any intruders who would dare to challenge their reign and threaten their lineage. Their presence is both a shield and a sword, deterring rivals and protecting the vulnerable cubs from infanticidal males. Their deep, resonant roars are not just sounds, they are declarations of ownership that echo for miles across the plains. These vocalizations serve as both a warning to outsiders and a rallying call to the pride, reinforcing the unity and strength of the group. As dusk falls, the pride's activities shift. Lionesses, the primary hunters, gather in the tall grass, their bodies low and movements synchronized. Each hunt is a masterclass in cooperation, with lionesses fanning out to encircle herds of wildebeest or zebra, communicating silently through subtle gestures and glances. Meanwhile, the males patrol the periphery, their dark manes signifying age and battle-hardened experience. They are ever vigilant, scanning the horizon for threats, be it rival coalitions, opportunistic hyenas, or the stealthy approach of leopards. A scent on the wind, unfamiliar and unwelcome, can change the night's course. The lion's acute sense of smell alerts them to the presence of intruders, and the pride responds with coordinated precision, moving as one to confront the threat. On this particular evening, the resident males discovered a younger, nomadic male attempting to court one of the pride's lionesses. Such encounters are fraught with danger, for the nomad's ambition threatens the stability of the pride. The intruder, though strong and in his prime, was alone. Without the support of a coalition, his chances of usurping the resident males were slim, but desperation can drive even the boldest to risk everything. The air grew thick with tension as the resident males fanned out, their bodies low to the ground, muscles coiled like powerful springs. Every movement was calculated, every step a silent threat. There was no immediate chaotic violence. Instead, the confrontation unfolded with ritualistic precision, a display of dominance and intimidation honed by generations of conflict. The males circled the intruder, their postures tall and imposing, eyes locked in a silent battle of wills. The pride watched from a distance, the outcome of this standoff holding the fate of their cubs and the future of their lineage. The lead male let out a guttural, rumbling growl that vibrated through the very ground, a clear and unambiguous warning. The sound was a reminder of the power that comes from unity and experience. The other two closed in from the flanks, cutting off any path of escape. The intruder was surrounded, his options dwindling with every passing second. The young intruder, realizing his grave miscalculation, adopted a submissive posture, lowering his body and averting his gaze. But in the world of lions, submission is not always enough to avert punishment. The encounter escalated as one of the resident males lunged, not to kill, but to punish, and to teach a brutal lesson. Such violence is swift and decisive, a necessary act to maintain order and deter future challenges. Claws were unsheathed, and the brief, violent scuffle left the intruder with deep gashes on his flank and shoulder. Blood marked the grass, a stark reminder of the cost of ambition in the wild. Bleeding and utterly defeated, the younger lion was forced into a hasty retreat. His dreams of dominance shattered. He vanished into the darkness, his future now uncertain. He limped away from the territory, his ambition crushed and his future uncertain. In the unforgiving wilderness, such injuries can spell doom, as infection or weakness may soon follow. The wounds he sustained were severe, and in the unforgiving wilderness, such injuries can easily become fatal through infection or by hindering his ability to hunt. For a solitary lion, every day is a battle against hunger, pain, and the ever-present threat of larger predators. The three brothers watched him go, their authority reasserted. Their unity and strength had preserved the pride's stability for another day. They had successfully defended their territory and protected their pride. The lionesses and cubs, reassured by the male's victory, returned to their routines, grooming, playing, and resting in the safety of the pride's domain. This raw, primal encounter was not an act of malice, but a fundamental necessity for survival. A timeless drama that ensures only the strongest and most cohesive groups pass on their genes. In the Maasai Mara, the story of the lions is one of family, strategy, and the unbreakable will to endure, an eternal testament to the power of unity in the wild. The Red Sea, home to some of the world's most resilient corals, stands as a beacon of hope for marine ecosystems. Yet beneath its vibrant surface, a complex web of threats is steadily unraveling the delicate balance that sustains this underwater world. The perils facing the Red Sea are multifaceted, each one compounding the next, and together they pose a grave risk to the astonishing biodiversity that calls these waters home. The most pervasive and far-reaching danger is climate change. As global temperatures rise, the oceans absorb much of this excess heat, causing water temperatures to climb year after year. The Red Sea's corals, renowned for their ability to withstand higher temperatures than most, are now being pushed to their physiological limits. Even these so-called super corals are not invincible. Prolonged exposure to elevated temperatures induces stress, weakening their internal systems and making them more vulnerable to disease and bleaching. As the relentless march of global warming continues, the Red Sea's corals face the very real prospect of reaching a thermal threshold beyond which survival is impossible. When this threshold is crossed, mass coral bleaching occurs. Corals, under extreme stress, expel the symbiotic algae that provide them with energy and color, leaving behind stark, bone-white skeletons. Without these algae, corals starve, and entire reef systems can collapse. The specter of a future where even the Red Sea's hardy corals succumb to heat is a chilling reminder of the fragility of marine life in the face of climate change. Beyond climate change, the Red Sea is beset by the pressures of unsustainable tourism. The region's natural beauty draws millions of visitors, resulting in a constant influx of boats, snorkelers, and divers. The sheer volume of human activity places immense strain on the ecosystem. The presence of so many visitors increases the risk of accidental damage to fragile coral structures, as well as the introduction of pollutants and waste. To accommodate this tourism, coastal development accelerates. Hotels, marinas, and other infrastructure are built along the shoreline, often at the expense of critical habitats such as mangrove forests and seagrass beds. These habitats serve as nurseries for countless marine species and act as natural buffers against erosion and storm surges. Inexperienced snorkelers and divers, unaware of the fragility of the reef, may inadvertently break or damage corals with a single touch or careless fin kick. Each broken branch represents years, if not decades, of lost growth. Boat anchors dropped carelessly onto the reef can crush centuries of coral growth in an instant, leaving behind scars that may never fully heal. The very popularity of the Red Sea's reefs, if not managed with care and foresight, threatens to undermine the ecosystem that draws visitors in the first place. Another grave threat is plastic pollution. The Red Sea, like all the world's oceans, is inundated with plastic waste, much of it carried by currents from distant shores. Plastic debris drifts through the water, entangling itself in coral branches, smothering delicate polyps, and blocking sunlight essential for photosynthesis. Bags, bottles, and discarded fishing nets, known as ghost nets, pose a deadly hazard to marine life. These items can entangle fish, turtles, and even dolphins, leading to injury, suffocation, or death. Sea turtles, mistaking plastic bags for jellyfish, ingest them, causing fatal blockages. Dugongs, gentle grazers of seagrass, are similarly threatened by the omnipresent plastic debris. Ghost nets continue to trap and kill marine animals long after they have been discarded, creating invisible death traps that persist for years beneath the waves. As plastics break down, they release toxic chemicals and microplastics, which are ingested by small marine organisms. These toxins accumulate up the food chain, affecting fish, invertebrates, and ultimately the entire ecosystem. The combined impact of coral bleaching, physical damage from tourism, and the relentless tide of plastic pollution forms a perfect storm of threats, each one amplifying the effects of the others. These dangers are deeply interconnected. A reef weakened by pollution is less able to withstand the stresses of warming waters, or recover from physical damage. Disease spreads more rapidly among stressed corals, and bleaching events become more frequent and severe, further eroding the resilience of the ecosystem. The survival of the Red Sea's reefs depends on addressing these threats at their source. Only through comprehensive, science-based conservation efforts can the intricate web of life in these waters be preserved. The future of the Red Sea's marine life hinges on a global commitment to reducing emissions, curbing pollution, and protecting critical habitats, ensuring that this unique ecosystem endures for generations yet to come. The Red Sea, with its vibrant coral reefs and unique marine life, stands as a symbol of the environmental challenges echoing across the African continent. This region, once teeming with life, now faces mounting pressures that mirror a much broader crisis. The Red Sea's delicate balance is threatened by rising sea temperatures, pollution, and habitat loss, reflecting the vulnerability of interconnected ecosystems throughout Africa. Across the continent, Africa's most iconic natural wonders are under siege. Vast forests, sprawling savannas, and intricate wetlands are all experiencing the cumulative impacts of climate change, habitat fragmentation, and environmental degradation. These landscapes, once resilient, now struggle to maintain their ecological integrity as the pressures intensify. Towering above the plains, Mount Kilimanjaro's snow-capped summit is a beacon of Africa's natural grandeur. Yet the mountain's iconic white crown is rapidly disappearing, a stark indicator of shifting climate patterns and warming temperatures. Since 1912, over 85% of Kilimanjaro's ice cap has vanished. The glaciers, once a permanent fixture, now recede year after year, their meltwater flows dwindling and altering the hydrological cycles that sustain the surrounding ecosystems. The forests that cloak Kilimanjaro's slopes are equally imperiled. These woodlands, crucial for capturing rainfall and regulating water supplies, are being stripped away. Deforestation, driven by unsustainable extraction and the encroachment of development, disrupts the intricate web of life that depends on these habitats. In response, reforestation projects strive to restore the lost canopy, while new management strategies seek to protect what remains. These efforts are a race against time, as the loss of forest cover threatens to unravel the delicate balance of water, soil, and biodiversity. The Nile River, the world's longest, weaves through the heart of Africa, its waters nurturing a tapestry of life from its headwaters to its vast delta. This ancient river system is a lifeline for countless species, its seasonal floods shaping the rhythms of the land. Yet the Nile's natural flow is now fragmented by a series of dams. These massive structures disrupt the river's sediment transport, alter flood cycles, and fragment habitats, with cascading effects on the ecosystems that depend on the river's pulse. Pollution compounds these challenges. Agricultural runoff, industrial effluents, and untreated waste pour into the river, degrading water quality and threatening aquatic life. The health of the river's ecosystems is inextricably linked to the purity of its waters. In the Nile Delta, wetlands are vanishing at an alarming rate. These vital habitats, once rich with biodiversity, are drying up, their loss accelerating as sea levels rise and freshwater inflows dwindle. Amidst these challenges, restoration efforts emerge. Agroforestry and wetland rehabilitation projects are being implemented, aiming to revive lost habitats, stabilize soils, and improve water quality. These initiatives foster resilience within the interconnected web of life. In southern Africa, the Okavango Delta stands as a marvel of nature. This inland delta, fed by seasonal floods, supports a mosaic of wetlands, grasslands, and woodlands, each teeming with life. The annual inundation sustains a unique ecosystem, its cycles finely tuned to the rhythms of distant rains. However, the Okavango's future is uncertain. Climate change has brought erratic rainfall and prolonged droughts to the Angolan highlands, the delta's source. As floodwaters diminish, the intricate habitats of the delta face increasing stress, threatening the survival of countless species. The spectre of oil and gas exploration looms over the region, posing a grave risk to the delta's fragile balance. The introduction of industrial activity could irreversibly alter the landscape, jeopardizing the integrity of this UNESCO-listed ecosystem. To the north, the Sahara Desert advances relentlessly. Desertification, driven by shifting climate patterns and unsustainable land use, transforms once fertile regions into arid expanses. The encroaching sands threaten the stability of grasslands and the survival of species adapted to the margins of the desert. Even the Maasai Mara, renowned for the Great Migration, is not immune. This savanna, a stage for one of nature's most spectacular events, faces mounting pressures that test the resilience of its wildlife and habitats. Poaching and conflict between species disrupt the delicate balance of the Mara. The loss of key species and the fragmentation of habitats threaten the continuity of ancient migratory routes and the survival of entire populations. In response, advanced monitoring systems have been deployed. The adoption of the Earth Ranger monitoring network and LoRaWAN technology in 2024 marked a turning point, enabling real-time tracking of wildlife and rapid detection of threats. These technologies create a digital web across the landscape, allowing for the observation of animal movements, the identification of disturbances, and swift responses to emerging dangers. The interconnectedness of these systems mirrors the interconnectedness of Africa's ecosystems themselves. From the melting glaciers of Kilimanjaro to the shifting sands of the Sahara, from the Okavango's wetlands to the mighty Nile, Africa's natural wonders are bound together in a complex web. The fate of one ecosystem ripples outward, affecting countless others. The continent stands at a crossroads, its unparalleled natural heritage facing unprecedented challenges, yet also demonstrating remarkable resilience and the potential for renewal. The fate of Africa's natural wonders, from the resilient supercorals of the Red Sea, capable of withstanding rising ocean temperatures thanks to unique genetic adaptations, to the vast, life-filled plains of the Maasai Mara, where intricate ecological balances support countless species, is a challenge that science and nature must face together. Every ecosystem is a web of interdependence. Coral reefs, for example, provide shelter for thousands of marine species, while the savanna's grasses fuel the migration of wildebeest, which in turn nourish predators and fertilize the land. Scientific research shows that restoring native vegetation by planting indigenous trees and grasses can stabilize soils, increase water retention, and create microhabitats for insects and birds, setting off a cascade of positive effects throughout the food chain. Animals play a vital role in this process. Elephants disperse seeds over vast distances. Bees pollinate wildflowers, and birds help control insect populations, all contributing to ecosystem resilience. Protecting apex predators like lions and cheetahs is crucial, as their presence maintains healthy prey populations and prevents overgrazing, which can lead to desertification. In the ocean, safeguarding coral reefs and seagrass beds ensures that marine life can thrive, supporting everything from tiny plankton to majestic sea turtles. Establishing and expanding protected areas, both on land and underwater, has been scientifically proven to increase biodiversity, allow populations to recover, and buffer against the impacts of climate change. Modern technology, such as camera traps, drones, and satellite imagery, enables scientists to monitor wildlife, track migrations, and identify critical habitat corridors that must be preserved to maintain genetic diversity. By understanding natural cycles, like coral spawning events or the timing of the Great Migration, conservationists can better protect vulnerable species during their most critical life stages. Enforcing anti-poaching laws and restoring degraded habitats are essential steps. Scientific studies show that when poaching is reduced and habitats are allowed to recover, wildlife populations rebound dramatically. The outcome of these efforts is clear: vibrant coral reefs, thriving savannas, and balanced predator-prey relationships that ensure the survival of countless species. Transitioning to renewable energy sources, like wind and solar, reduces carbon emissions, helping to slow ocean warming and protect fragile habitats from the worst effects of climate change. Eliminating single-use plastics and keeping waterways clean prevents pollution from reaching the ocean, where it can smother coral reefs and endanger marine life. When ecosystems are healthy, young animals can grow and learn, migrations continue, and the intricate dance of life unfolds as it has for millennia. Scientific evidence shows that nature is remarkably resilient. Given the chance, forests regrow, coral polyps multiply, and grasslands recover from fire, offering hope for restoration on a grand scale. By following a path of preservation, grounded in science, guided by nature, and focused on actionable steps, we can ensure that Africa's wild places remain sanctuaries for life, now and for generations yet to come. Beneath the golden haze of the savannah, an intricate web of life stretches across the plains. Every blade of grass, every wandering antelope, and every prowling predator is woven into a tapestry where balance is everything. Here, the food web is not a simple chain, but a complex network of relationships that sustains the ecosystem. At the base of this web, grasses and acacia trees capture sunlight, transforming it into energy through photosynthesis. Herds of herbivores, zebras, wildebeest, and gazelles graze and roam, converting the savannah's bounty into movement and life. Their constant migration prevents overgrazing, allowing vegetation time to recover and soils to remain rich and fertile. Predators watch from the shadows. Lions, the apex hunters, target the weakest or slowest members of these herds, ensuring that only the fittest survive and keeping populations in check. Cheetahs, with their blistering speed, single out solitary prey, while leopards rely on stealth and strength, often dragging their catch into trees to avoid scavengers. Hyenas and jackals hover at the fringes, ready to scavenge the remains left by larger predators. Vultures circle overhead, their keen eyesight detecting the slightest movement below. When a kill is made, it sets off a cascade. Flesh is stripped from bone, and nothing is wasted. Insects and beetles move in to clean up what remains, breaking down organic matter and returning nutrients to the soil. Even the smallest creatures play their part. Termites build vast mounds, aerating the earth and recycling dead plant material into fertile ground. Dung beetles roll and bury waste, spreading nutrients and supporting new plant growth. This delicate balance is maintained by countless interactions. If one species grows too numerous, it threatens the stability of the whole. Should predators decline, herbivore populations may explode, stripping the land bare and leading to famine. If grasses fail, the entire web unravels. Yet, time and again, the savanna demonstrates its resilience. Droughts come and go, fires sweep across the plains, but the web endures, each strand supporting the next. Here life is a perpetual dance of survival and renewal, a testament to the power and fragility of nature's design. In the heart of the savanna, the food web is not just a mechanism of survival, but a living masterpiece, one where every creature, from the tiniest termite to the mightiest lion, plays a vital role in the ongoing story of balance and life. As the sun dips below the horizon and the savanna cools, a new world awakens, a realm ruled by the shadows. Nocturnal animals emerge from their daytime refuges, perfectly adapted to thrive in the darkness that blankets the wild. The African bush baby, with its oversized eyes, leaps silently from branch to branch. Its extraordinary night vision allows it to spot insects and nectar in the faintest moonlight, while specialized pads on its feet soften its landing, making it nearly invisible to predators. Elsewhere, the aardvark shuffles through the grass, its keen sense of smell guiding it to termite mounds. With powerful claws, it digs through hardened earth, feasting on thousands of insects each night. Its thick skin protects it from bites, and its solitary nocturnal lifestyle keeps it safe from the eyes of hungry lions. Owls, the silent hunters of the night, glide on wings designed for stealth. Their facial discs funnel the slightest sound toward razor-sharp ears, pinpointing the rustle of a rodent in the grass. With a swift dive, they capture prey before it even senses danger. Meanwhile, the bat, nature's only true flying mammal, fills the air with a chorus of echolocation clicks. Navigating by sound, bats snatch mosquitoes mid-flight, playing a crucial role in controlling insect populations. These adaptations are not just marvels of evolution, they are essential threads in the nocturnal tapestry of the ecosystem. By hunting at night, these creatures avoid competition with diurnal species and keep the delicate balance of the food web intact. They disperse seeds, pollinate night-blooming flowers, and recycle nutrients, ensuring the cycle of life continues long after the savanna's daytime drama has faded. In the wild, the night is not merely an absence of light. It is a stage for specialists, creatures whose lives are shaped by darkness, whose survival depends on senses sharpened by evolution, and whose quiet work sustains the world until dawn returns. As dawn breaks over the vast savanna, a primal force stirs, the unstoppable momentum of migration. For countless generations, immense herds of wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles have embarked on epic journeys, traversing hundreds of miles in search of food, water, and survival. This is the Great Migration, a living river of life that pulses across the African plains. The route is ancient, etched into memory and instinct. Wildebeest gather by the thousands, their curved horns silhouetted against the morning mist. They are joined by zebras and gazelles, forming an alliance of necessity. Together, they follow the rains, guided by the scent of distant thunder and the promise of fresh grass. Their path is perilous, stretching from the Serengeti in Tanzania to the Maasai Mara in Kenya and back again, a cycle dictated by nature's rhythms. Along the way, the herds face daunting obstacles. Rivers swollen by seasonal rains become deadly gauntlets. Crocodiles lie in wait beneath the muddy currents, launching ambushes as the first hooves break the surface. On the far banks, predators like lions and hyenas stalk the exhausted stragglers, testing the weakest and the slowest in a relentless trial of survival. Yet the challenges are not just from predators. The journey demands endurance. Calves born just days before must keep pace or fall behind. Droughts parch the land, forcing the herds to travel farther and faster. Dust clouds rise beneath their hooves, masking hidden dangers. Sharp stones, tangled roots, unseen holes that can twist a leg and end a life. Survival hinges on strategy. Zebras, with their sharp eyesight, often lead the way, spotting danger before the wildebeest. In return, the wildebeest's sheer numbers provide a buffer against predators, allowing more vulnerable species to find safety in the crowd. The migration is a lesson in cooperation, each animal playing a role, relying on collective strength to overcome adversity. Despite the hardships, the migration is vital for the ecosystem. As the herds move, they trim grasses, fertilize the soil, and disperse seeds, rejuvenating the land for future generations. For these great mammals, migration is not just a journey. It is a way of life, a testament to resilience, adaptation, and the enduring spirit of the wild. Beneath the towering acacias and between blades of grass, a hidden multitude shapes the fate of the savannah. Its smallest engineers insects. Though often overlooked, these tiny creatures are the lifeblood of the ecosystem, orchestrating complex processes that sustain the web of life. Among the most vital are the pollinators. Bees, butterflies, and beetles flit from flower to flower, drawn by color and scent. As they feed on nectar, grains of pollen cling to their bodies, carried across distances to fertilize new blooms. This silent exchange sparks the growth of fruits, seeds, and new plant generations, nourishing herbivores, and in turn, their predators. Without pollinators, the vibrant tapestry of grassland flora would wither and the chain of life would falter. Elsewhere, beneath the soil and within the fallen leaves, decomposers labor in the shadows. Dung beetles roll and bury animal waste, recycling nutrients back into the earth. Termites and ants break down dead wood and plant matter, transforming decay into rich soil. These tireless workers ensure that nothing is wasted. By speeding the return of nutrients, they fuel the growth of grasses and trees, supporting grazers and browsers alike. Insects also serve as a vital food source. Birds, reptiles, and mammals depend on their abundance, whether snatching flying termites on the wing or digging for beetle larvae in the earth. Even the mighty elephants and swift cheetahs owe much to the unseen labor of insects, whose efforts keep the ecosystem balanced and thriving. Through pollination, decomposition, and as links in the food chain, insects are the unseen architects of the savannah. Their quiet work sustains the cycles of renewal, making life possible for all who share this land. In the grand story of survival, their role is indispensable, proof that even the smallest creatures can have the greatest impact. Across the world's wild spaces, an invisible force is redrawing the boundaries of life. Climate change, driven by rising global temperatures and shifting weather patterns, is transforming the habitats that wildlife depend on. In the grasslands, prolonged droughts parch the earth, turning lush feeding grounds into dry expanses where water and food become scarce. Species adapted to predictable rainfall now struggle as seasons become erratic, disrupting migrations and breeding cycles. Within the coral reefs, warmer ocean currents trigger bleaching events, forcing the vibrant corals to expel the algae that nourish them. Without these microscopic partners, entire reef systems fade and collapse, leaving countless marine species without shelter or sustenance. In the forests and savannas, increased frequency of wildfires and storms tears through habitats, erasing nesting grounds and reshaping the landscape overnight. Animals respond in diverse ways. Some shift their ranges, moving to cooler elevations or latitudes in search of suitable climates. Others, bound by geography or specialized needs, find themselves trapped as their habitats vanish. Subtle changes ripple through the food web. The timing of insect emergence misaligns with the arrival of migratory birds, while flowering plants bloom too early or too late for their pollinators. These disruptions threaten the delicate balance that defines each ecosystem. As habitats shrink or alter, competition intensifies, and the survival of species hangs in the balance. For the world's wildlife, adaptation is a race against time, a silent struggle unfolding beneath the sun. the waves, and the shifting skies. Across the vast plains and dense forests, a remarkable partnership unfolds, a quiet alliance between birds and large mammals that shapes the very fabric of the wild. These symbiotic relationships, forged over millennia, are vital threads in the web of life. On the savannah, oxpeckers perch atop the backs of buffalo, giraffes, and rhinoceroses. With quick, deft movements, these birds pluck ticks and parasites from the mammals' hides, feasting on pests that would otherwise sap their host's strength. In return, the mammals gain relief from irritation and disease. But their bond goes deeper. Oxpeckers serve as early warning systems, raising the alarm with piercing calls when predators approach, giving their unwitting hosts precious moments to react. In the African woodlands, helmeted guinea fowl stride beside herds of elephants. As the giants move through the undergrowth, they stir up insects and seeds, creating a feast for the vigilant birds. In return, the guinea fowl's sharp eyes help spot lurking dangers, benefiting the entire herd. Elsewhere, the relationship between the honey-guide bird and African megafauna reveals another layer of cooperation. The honey-guide leads mammals like the honey badger to hidden beehives. Once the hive is broken open, the bird feasts on the leftover wax and larvae, a reward for its guidance. These interspecies alliances ripple through the ecosystem. By controlling parasites, dispersing seeds, and sharing vigilance, birds and mammals help one another thrive. Their partnerships maintain the health of herds and flocks, supporting the biodiversity that sustains the wild. In a world of shifting challenges, the enduring bonds between wing and hoof are a testament to nature's ingenuity, an ongoing dance of trust and survival, played out beneath open skies. Beneath the shimmering surface of rivers, lakes, and wetlands, a secret universe thrives, one often overlooked yet essential to the heartbeat of the wild. Freshwater ecosystems, though covering only a fraction of the Earth's surface, pulse with astonishing diversity and life. Here, the clear streams cradle delicate water lilies and swaying reeds, their roots anchoring the banks and filtering the water. Tiny, jewel-like damselflies flit above the shallows, while beneath, nimble fish like cichlids and killifish dart between tangled roots and stones, painting flashes of color in the dappled light. In these hidden depths, the African clawed frog moves with silent grace, its sensitive skin detecting the faintest vibrations, a vital adaptation to a world where survival depends on stealth. Nearby, the awe-inspiring Nile crocodile glides silently, an ancient sentinel that shapes the balance of its aquatic domain. Freshwater turtles bask on sun-warmed logs, their shells a fortress against predators, while otters tumble and play in cool eddies, their presence a sign of healthy waters. Even the smallest residents, snails, crustaceans, and insect larvae, labor unseen, breaking down organic matter and nourishing the web of life. These interconnected communities are more than refuges for unique creatures. Freshwater realms filter impurities, recharge soils, and regulate floods, quietly supporting the landscapes that surround them. Their health echoes outward, sustaining grasslands, forests, and all who depend on clean water. But these worlds are fragile, shaped by the gentle rhythm of rains, the rise and fall of rivers, and the balance of countless species. Each drop, each current, weaves a story of resilience and interdependence, reminding us that the fate of the wild is written not only upon the land, but within the hidden currents that flow beneath. Across endless stretches of sand and stone, where the sun blazes and shadows vanish at midday, the desert appears devoid of life. But beneath this harsh facade, a remarkable cast of survivors has mastered the art of endurance. Each dawn reveals tracks in the powdery dust, silent signatures of creatures who thrive where water is scarce and shelter is fleeting. The fennec fox, with its oversized ears, listens for the faintest rustle beneath the dunes, its keen senses guiding it to hidden insects and roots. By day, it burrows deep, escaping the furnace heat, emerging only when the world cools and the stars ignite. Nearby, the sand gazelle treads lightly, its hooves barely disturbing the fragile crust. Adapted to take moisture from the sparse plants it grazes, it can go weeks without drinking, relying on dew and the hidden reservoirs within desert blooms. Under rocks and within burrows, the spiny-tailed lizard basks in the morning sun, absorbing warmth before retreating from the midday blaze. Its scaly armor reflects sunlight and conserves precious fluids, while its diet of tough shrubs turns the unyielding landscape into sustenance. As dusk settles, the sidewinder snake glides across the sand in graceful looping motions. This sideways travel keeps much of its body off the burning surface, conserving energy and avoiding predators. Its venom dispatches prey swiftly, ensuring survival in a land where every meal is hard-won. Above, the desert owl perches silently, surveying the moonlit expanse. With silent wings and piercing vision, it swoops down upon unsuspecting rodents, its presence a testament to the delicate balance that shapes desert life. Each adaptation is a story of ingenuity, specialized bodies, nocturnal habits, and the ability to find water where none appears to exist. In the desert, survival is not a battle against the elements, but a masterful dance with them. Here, life endures by blending patience, resourcefulness, and an unyielding will to thrive under the sun's relentless gaze. In every ecosystem, a select few species act as vital threads, holding the entire tapestry of life together. These are the keystone species, organisms whose influence extends far beyond their numbers. Remove them, and the delicate balance of the natural world begins to unravel. In the African savannah, the mighty elephant is more than just a gentle giant. With each tree it topples and every waterhole it digs, it shapes the landscape itself. By clearing brush and creating open spaces, elephants allow grasses to flourish, which in turn feed antelope, zebras, and countless other grazers. Waterholes carved by their tusks become lifelines for all, especially in times of drought. Beneath the waves, sea otters are the guardians of kelp forests. By preying on sea urchins, they prevent these spiny grazers from decimating kelp beds. The towering kelp, anchored to rocky seafloors, forms underwater jungles that shelter fish, invertebrates, and even playful seals. Without otters, these lush marine forests would vanish, replaced by barren seascapes. On coral reefs, the parrotfish plays a quieter but no less crucial role. Feeding on algae that threaten to smother corals, parrotfish maintain the reef's vibrant colors and structure. Their constant grazing allows corals to breathe, grow, and provide sanctuary for a kaleidoscope of marine life. Even on the arid plains, the acacia tree acts as a keystone. Its branches offer shade and shelter for birds and insects. Its roots stabilize the soil, preventing erosion during rare rains. The tree's nectar feeds pollinators, and its pods nourish herds during lean seasons. The presence or absence of these keystone species sends ripples across their realms, shaping who thrives and who fades away. In their silent work, they remind us that the fate of many often rests upon the few. In the interconnected world of nature, every pillar matters, and the loss of just one can change everything. In the wild, survival is a relentless pursuit, a game of life and death played out in an evolutionary arms race between predator and prey. Each has evolved extraordinary adaptations honed over millennia to outwit the other in this ceaseless struggle. On the African plains, the cheetah, the fastest land animal, relies on its incredible speed and agility to chase down fleet-footed gazelles. With a burst of acceleration, the cheetah can reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour, its body a marvel of aerodynamic design. But the gazelle is not defenseless. Its acute sense of hearing and zigzagging escape patterns make it a formidable quarry. In the dense jungles of the Amazon, the jaguar, a master of stealth, uses its powerful jaws to crush the skulls of its prey. Its rosette-patterned coat provides perfect camouflage in the dappled sunlight of the forest floor. Meanwhile, capybaras, The world's largest rodents rely on their swimming prowess to evade these silent stalkers, diving into rivers where jaguars are less adept. In the depths of the ocean, the orca, or killer whale, has developed sophisticated hunting techniques. Working in pods, orcas communicate through complex vocalizations to coordinate attacks on seals, penguins, and even great white sharks. Yet their prey have evolved keen senses and evasive maneuvers. Seals use ice floes as temporary refuges, while penguins employ rapid, erratic swimming to dodge their pursuers. The Arctic fox, with its pristine white winter coat, blends seamlessly into the snowy landscape, stalking lemmings with silent precision. But lemmings, in turn, have developed rapid reproductive cycles, ensuring their numbers remain robust despite predation. In the insect world, the praying mantis epitomizes patience and deadly precision, its raptorial forelegs ready to snatch unsuspecting prey. Yet butterflies and moths have evolved intricate patterns and toxic defenses, deterring would-be predators with vivid warnings or deceptive mimicry. This evolutionary dance is a testament to nature's ingenuity, where each adaptation spurs a counter-adaptation, driving the endless cycle of evolution. It is a world where the balance of power is in constant flux, and only the most adept survive. In this theatre of life, the stakes are always high and the consequences often fatal. Yet, it is this very struggle that fuels the diversity and resilience of life on Earth. The evolutionary arms race is a reminder that in nature, every advantage is temporary, and the quest for survival is an eternal pursuit.